us against an army.
Then we'll just have to get an army of our own.
Welcome to MsMojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the most anticipated animated features expected to come out in 2024. Release dates are subject to change, especially in a business as unpredictable as animation.
Orange? Who made the console orange?
Do I look orange?
I didn't touch it.
Orange is not my color.
Not me.
Hello?
Number 10. The Tigers Apprentice. Blending Chinese mythology and a contemporary San Francisco backdrop, Lawrence Yep's 2003 novel leapt off the pages with ideas tailor-made for a visual medium. Cartoon Network began developing a live-action animated hybrid adaptation 15 years ago. After that version was abandoned, along with Cartoon Network's focus on live-action projects, the source material eventually reached Paramount.
Are you ready to begin your training?
DreamWorks alumnus Raman Hui is helming The Tigers Apprentice, with a script from Christopher L. Yost and David McGee. Ironically, the latter wrote another film about a boy and a tiger, Life of Pi.
Words are all I have left to hang on to. Everything mixed up, fragmented. Can't tell daydreams, night dreams from reality anymore.
Assembling an all-star ensemble including Henry Golding, Sandra Oh, and Michelle Yeoh, this action fantasy will debut on Paramount+. After such a long journey to the screen, we're eager to see what shape the film takes.
Mess with a tiger, you get the claws.
What? That's not a thing.
Yes, it is.
No, it isn't. No one says that.
Tigers do.
Number 9. The Wild Robot. Chris Sanders is a name sure to ignite excitement within any animation fan. He made his feature directorial debut with Dean DeBlois on Lilo and Stitch.
New job. Model citizen. Good day.
Moving from Disney to DreamWorks, he went on to direct the first How to Train Your Dragon and The Croods. Making his live-action directorial debut in 2020's The Call of the Wild, Sanders is returning to animation with another film about nature.
It wasn't the gold, he didn't care about that, it was the mountains. He spent all day looking at maps and pictures of the mountains, dreaming about what was on the other side.
Marking his first fully animated feature in over a decade, The Wild Robot reunites Sanders and DreamWorks. Based on the best-selling illustrated book by Peter Brown, this buddy survival picture follows a robot stranded on a deserted island with a lonely gosling. The premise sounds well-suited for Sanders, who has a knack for telling stories about worlds colliding.
Turns out all we needed was a little more of this.
You just gestured to all of me.
Number 8. Fixed. Genndy Tartakovsky has few limits as an animator. He's entertained families through shows like Dexter's Lab and movies like Hotel Transylvania. Tartakovsky has also tapped into the adult animation demographic with Samurai Jack, Primal, and Unicorn Warriors Eternal.
You're one person, and then all of a sudden you're somebody else, right? And that's a metaphor for growing up.
Fixed continues Tartakovsky's string of adult-oriented projects, but it returns to his comedy roots. The setup echoes a demented Lady and the Tramp as a bloodhound named Bull finds himself falling for a show dog.
Oh, and we're all very impressed, right, guys?
Very impressed.
As bad timing would have it, it appears that Bull is about to be neutered. The humor draws inspiration from the likes of Tex Avery, Chuck Jones, and Judd Apatow. For those who only associate hand-drawn animation with kid stuff, this film might just fix your perception.
And I really believe in kind of in destiny or fate when I do work. You know, you can't predict anything.
Number 7. Orion and the Dark. Charlie Kaufman's films always have an animated personality, but he wouldn't dive headfirst into the medium until he co-directed 2015's Anomalisa. DreamWorks' Orion and the Dark may be more family-friendly than his previous work, but the premise tackles a theme that's often prevalent in Kaufman's work: anxiety.
Girls in general, being responsible for my team losing. Giving the wrong answer in class. Richie Panici.
The titular Orion, voiced by Jacob Tremblay, is scared of virtually everything, most notably the dark. Orion faces his literal worst nightmare when he's whisked away by the personification of darkness, voiced by Paul Walter Hauser.
Orion, I'm gonna get you to overcome your fears if it kills me. And I'm immortal, by the way, so I've got all the time in the world.
Once Orion becomes better acquainted with the dark, though, he may find that there's nothing to be terrified of. Kaufman's screenplay is based on Emma Yarlett's children's book, while daytime Emmy nominee Sean Charmatz makes his feature directorial debut.
Are you in or are you in?
I'm...
Number 6. The Garfield Movie. There was a period where Garfield was everywhere, from the funny pages to TV to car windows across America. The only frontier that this cultural icon struggled to conquer was the big screen, receiving 2 less than stellar live-action movies.
You know, I think I had a nightmare like this once.
We're sure that Bill Murray was happy to pass the torch to Chris Pratt, who voices Garfield in his first cinematic animated feature. In a plot somewhat reminiscent of Garfield on the Town, the story finds the domesticated cat torn between his owner John, Nicholas Holt, and his estranged family, with Samuel L. Jackson voicing Garfield's father.
You ever jumped a train?
I've never jumped.
Here's that stop!
Directed by Mark Dindal of Cats Don't Dance and The Emperor's New Groove, we're already clearing our Mondays to watch this film. The snack bar better have lasagna, though.
I apologize in advance. The eating you're about to see will not be pretty.
Number 5. Harold and the Purple Crayon. A love for animation often stems from an obsession with drawing. As such, we bet that a lot of animators were inspired by Crockett Johnson's classic children's book growing up. The simple yet expressive drawings have taught generations about the power of imagination, which can be unleashed through a single crayon.
He went on drawing tracks and birds and flowers, and he had to keep looking out for trains. It was a big job for a small boy.
Harold and the Purple Crayon has already inspired multiple short films and a Daytime Emmy-winning animated series. In 2024, Harold will draw his way into a Broadway musical and a feature film, the latter of which combines live action and animation.
Now I find there is mind over matter when the heart of the music is strong.
Oscar nominee Carlos Saldana of Blue Sky Studios is overseeing this film, starring Zachary Levi and Zooey Deschanel. Much remains unknown, but in the vein of the titular Purple Crayon, the possibilities are endless.
Harold knew Lilac was onto something. But he couldn't see where she was going.
Number 4. Kung Fu Panda 4. Kung Fu Panda 3 wrapped up Po's journey as the Dragon Warrior on a satisfying note. The long-awaited 4th installment will see the hungry panda adopt a new role as the Valley of Peace's spiritual leader.
Dinner, please. Dinner with peas in a sesame soy glaze. This is not working at all.
The story sees Po mature from student to mentor as he trains the next Dragon Warrior. Our heroes must also go up against a shape-shifting chameleon voiced by Viola Davis, who seeks to steal Po's Staff of Wisdom. With this power, Chameleon plots to summon foes from Po's past, such as Ian McShane as Tai Lung.
Once I possess the kung fu of every master villain, no one will dare question my power.
In addition to series mainstays like Jack Black, Kung Fu Panda 4 introduces Awkwafina as a Corsac fox and Ke Huy Quan as a master thief. We're ready for another fistful of awesome.
What is it you're holding? A cookie? You were chosen to become something more than you already are.
Number 3. The Day the Earth Blew Up, a Looney Tunes movie. The Looney Tunes have taken center stage in several feature films, although most of them have either been compilations of their shorts or live-action hybrids. The Day the Earth Blew Up stands out as the first theatrical Looney Tunes movie not to rely on existing footage or live-action co-stars.
I'm a stuntman.
Ha! You a stuntman, please?
I am. Did you see those mummy movies? I'm in them more than Brendan Fraser is.
Daffy and Porky star in this alien invasion comedy, which pays homage to The Day the Earth Stood Still and Duck Dodgers. The film also marks something of a comeback for Petunia Pig, Porky's rarely seen love interest.
I mean, you have this big theory that just because I'm a pig, I'm automatically gonna fall in love with the first pig that I...
Director Peter Braungart has already proven his love for the franchise through the Looney Tunes cartoon series. His foray into features should be a loony good time, assuming Warner Brothers doesn't shelve it as a tax write-off.
That nefarious Nimrod nicks my nearest and dearest from Toon World.
Number 2. The Lord of the Rings, The War of the Rohirrim.
Riders of Rohan! What news from the mark?
Peter Jackson's trilogy may be the definitive adaptation, but Ralph Bakshi's 1978 rotoscoped version has been gaining more of a following. The War of the Rohirrim returns the franchise to animation with a few new twists. This prequel borrows visual cues from the Jackson trilogy, even bringing back actors like Miranda Otto as Éowyn.
I fear neither death nor pain.
What do you fear, my lady?
A cage.
What sets this film apart from past adaptations is an ambitious anime inspiration. Director Kenji Kamiyama took a similar approach to Blade Runner through the Black Lotus series.
それで何するつもり？おい。よし。わかったよ。
Warner Brothers Animation is teaming up with Japanese animation studio Sola Entertainment, enlisting a cast led by Brian Cox as Helm Hammerhand, the ninth king of Rohan. As you might have guessed, Helm's Deep was also named after him, and this film demonstrates why.
Yes. The horn of Helm Hammerhand shall sound in the deep.
Before we unveil our top pick, here are a few honorable mentions. Despicable Me 4. We could use our minion fix right about now.
Hey, Mel! Welcome back.
Saving Bikini Bottom, the Sandy Cheeks movie. Never mess with a karate chopping squirrel from Texas.
You're in the soup now, Udon!
Spellbound. Shrek co-director Vicky Jensen helms the next film from Skydance Animation.
Attention all! Fairy tale things. Do not get comfortable.
Night of the Zoopocalypse. Zombie Night at the Zoo? Why isn't that a thing?
It's unsanitary.
The penguins are gone, so why can't I?
The penguins are psychotic.
Thelma the Unicorn. Being a unicorn isn't all rainbows, sunshine, and unicorns.
We are as old as the sky, old as the moon. We can be hunted, trapped. We can even be killed if we leave our forests, but we do not vanish.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1. Inside Out 2. Now that The Incredibles finally got a sequel, Inside Out is the film that's left many Pixar fans demanding more.
Hey guys, what's puberty? I don't know. It's probably not important.
Whoa.
It's taken almost a decade, but we're finally delving back into Riley's ever-expanding mind. Now a teenager, Riley's head must make room for new emotions such as anxiety, voiced by Maya Hawke.
Where can I put my stuff? A new emotion! Wow! Oh, I'm sorry. We wanted to make such a good first impression.
Yes, we've seen shows like Big Mouth personify anxiety, but if the first Inside Out proved anything, it doesn't matter if an idea has been done before. It's the execution that matters. And if Inside Out 2 can capture the creative and emotional honesty of its predecessor, we guarantee that it'll feel as if we're hearing these ideas for the first time. For now, the only emotion we're experiencing is anticipation.
Okay, let's clear it all out. It's demo day!
Which animated film are you looking forward to the most? Let us know in the comments.
Frankly, you're on a whole different level.
You're keeping a list?
Yes, I'm keeping a list.
Do you agree with our picks? Check out this other recent clip from MsMojo. And be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.